Hello everyone, we've had a few requests for getting into greater detail on the process for replacing the copper bars in the chamber of a drinkable pool water system. So we're going to get right to it. First thing you always want to do is turn the power off, turn the pump off, make sure there's no water flowing and things have drained back a little bit. Then we're going to remove the wires to the titanium chamber and to the copper chamber. Got a little mock-up here in the warehouse. Then we'll remove the chamber by spinning off the unions. These don't need to be wrench tight. If they are, you can use it to loosen them, but they should be just hand tight. It's a very well made fine thread. Once it's removed, we want to unclip this here. If you can't do it by hand, you'll have to get a little screwdriver blade up underneath there. And then let's just take it out of the clamp. One thing that just rolled out was the O-rings that are at the end. Be very careful not to lose those. And if they do pose a problem, just a little bit of silicone in there will hold them in just fine. So you can see those copper bars are pretty thin. They are ready to be replaced. Here's a look at one that's already been removed. See the post here? That post is nice because in competitors' systems, they just use a thread in the center of the bar. And if that thread goes bad or the bar gets too thin, and so on, your chamber will start to leak. And because we have the posts on our copper bars, they're not going to leak when they get thin. So you're going to want to take a 10 millimeter socket, 10 millimeter wrench or nut driver to take these off. We're going to just loosen it, and then we can do the rest by hand. They'll drop right down and out. Okay, we're going to discard the old posts because with the new bars, they come with new posts, new caps, new O-rings. So we're going to want to just loosen those up a little bit. And then align the holes up like so. And then thread it back in. See if I can get it the first time here. And this part, just do it all by hand. Once it's set, take the top cap off. And then tighten with a socket or a wrench. And you just want to do just enough to compress the O-ring. We don't want to get it over tightened so that we crack the chamber. All right, let's do the other side. Get it lined up. Put the post down and through. Sometimes you might have to hold it upside down. and you might wish that you had 3 hands, but you'll get it. So once again, start it by hand, and then finish it with the wrench, and just snug it, compressing the O-ring. So there we have 2 brand new bars in there. See the titanium side? That should never need to be replaced. This is what the grids look like outside of the chamber, and in comparison, here's what a competitor uses. Just that, one-sided titanium. I think this one's going to generate a little bit more oxygen than the competitor. Okay, so we've got everything where we want it. Orientate it properly with water flow. Snap it back in. Line up our unions. Make sure the O-rings are still there. Tighten by hand. See, O-ring fell out. Put the O-ring back. You can put a little bit of magic lube on those O-rings if you want, but just a little bit. More isn't better. Just a very light coating. Okay, so now we're reassembled. Reattach our black wires to the copper bars, just finger tight. And when you're done, start the pump back up. Make sure you've got good water flow before turning the system back on. And that is how to replace the copper bars. Titanium bars should last for the life of the system. They just need a light acid wash, and that would be, removing these would be the same way you'd remove it to perform an acid cleaning. So that's it for today. Hope this was helpful for you.